drag the grass into a line. More than that, we'll find out.
It's not the kind of line we want. Nor that line either.
No.
That's not what I meant. So we're having a wee ride in Ruth today.
Yeah, it's not every day we get to do that, is it?
It is kind of hard to believe this is the one.
Yeah.
We watched a few months ago.
I know. Pretty cool, isn't it?
It is pretty cool. Even you said for yourself, who's been working to John Deere for all these years. I know you see them like, it's like 10 a penny and you go to the factory and you see them going through and going through and going through. But it becomes part of a journey.
Yeah, no, it is. To follow the whole process through is pretty cool, and see it going and working, and
yeah, and like we've been out with it on its Willie McGaw
maiden voyage. You were there.
I went out in its maiden voyage, and Willie McGaw he has the 9700 old style.
That's right. Yeah, he's a Liebherr one. Yeah,
and the V12, and then that was his opportunity to see what he thought of this. And listen, when I was there, he jumped in it himself. We had a wee chat, and he was enjoying it.
Yeah,
he was enjoying it.
Yeah, no, I've actually met him since, and same as that, feedback was good.
Was good.
Yeah, he liked it.
Do you have her set up? You were in an automated system there for going into field road.
Yes, so we have what we call Pro Touch. So there, I press one button
there,
and as you cinched on the header, and your spout was out already, ready to go. So no pressing and reaching, taking your hand off the hydro, just one touch, you're away. And same when we're finished, press the same button again, and we're ready for a road. This
morning, first thing, we moved knives back again.
Yeah, we took out half a set, so we're back to more of a dairy farm setup, should we say. Didn't take long. How long were Alan and Gareth did? In fairness, they were probably at, I don't know, 10 minutes, were they a bit longer probably by the time they got them all out.
And what chop length are we at today?
So we're running 20 mil today for Farmer Gareth here.
Now we talked about at the factory over our candlelit dinner.
Yes.
With the 8500.
Yeah.
On Valentine's night.
Setting the scene.
We talked about the benefit of Harvest Lab.
Yeah.
And the need to bring Harvest Lab, you know, for farmers. Now, of course, there's this great debate. Will they pay for it? Will we get it paid for? I understand that's not your problem, but it's on this baby is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So what information can you give me here?
So, as we're chopping, we're measuring not only our yield, so we've got mass flow sensor, which is measuring that, okay? So in the Harvest Lab on the spout behind me, it's measuring our dry matter, our crude protein, NDF, ADF, sugar, ME, crude protein is already ash, crude fat, and crude fibre. So there's everything that we can now measure in grass. And the big, I guess, nothing majorly new with that. We have been able to measure most of those constituents for the last few years, but new to us last year was the addition of ME. Yeah. So again, it's something that customers have been asking for in the last few years, and in fairness, our guys have listened and managed to put the curves together to do it.
Now on the 6910 is Farmer Lexi.
Yes.
And she's never carted grass before.
No, it's her first day.
This is her first day. We've put her on her 6910.
She's doing a great job.
And we're just taking it nice and steady for her. Why not? We want. But this is what's so important, that these younger people get an opportunity at grass like this to come out and have a go.
No.
Same way Gareth was saying to me, he never gets a chance. to drive the harvester. He's selling them.
Yeah.
He knows how to drive them to demos.
Yeah.
He knows how to talk you through it. So we made him spell a lot today.
Never gets seat time, yeah. In a controlled environment. Or would you call this a controlled environment here today?
Controlled chaos, I think, maybe.
You're not in control till you're out of control.
And there's only one person missing so far from driving today.
Yes, the main lady of the moment, I guess.
Ruth.
Whose machine was named after? Exactly, Ruth.
So some of us will have to. She's determined she's not doing it.
No, she doesn't want it. She's telling us all day, no.
So how has John Deere's season been in the forager world? This is the 30R.
Yeah, so I guess the first year we have, I guess, these out en masse, should we say. We had a limited number of them last year, as you know, like you were out with Mackay's, for example, and there was a couple others in the country. So again, you know, a lot of our 9000 series machines, guys went for this pickup. And yeah, look, reports so far so good. There are a few things people have said could be better, of course, and look, that's important. Gives us opportunity to improve more as well, but overall, the feedback's been really positive.
Now, when you say better, you know, what do you mean?
Maintenance is one.
Yes.
So you have no chains.
Yes.
They like the tines. If the tines are good, we've had no real tine breakages at all that I'm aware of. Now it's early enough still, I guess, but so again, that's what people like. The large diameter auger, the ability to take high volume crop. But I mean, that's typically what this header's been designed for, the big machines, high volume crop, big windrows.
Well, what about this fixed auger?
Fixed augers. Again, people had reservations about it, but you know, it's working really well. It's able to tease those lumps out. Like I said to you before, you know, we talk about it nearly being like a fifth feed roll there. It's just shredding those lumps apart. There's a good example we've just gone through.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. She likes it down there.
She does, yeah. No, I say with this map from the engine, you know, the harder you push it, the more it goes. That's the beauty about these new 9000 with the 18X engine, you know. They do have that power booster, the Harvest Motion Plus that we talk about. So again, like this machine, 800 horsepower, but then when you're running it down to that low engine RPM, we're getting it all the way down to 1300 RPM, 825. Hey, more importantly, what's your opinion or first impressions? As you said, you've been out with this machine.
Well, I jumped in with Willie, and he was just loving life, and I suppose we maybe just were talking more nonsense about other things. And no, I think it's great. I think the 6-cylinder, the away from the blue, she's definitely got performance. Is it a 9.9? No. Is it a 9.8? No. Is it as good as the old 9.7? I suppose it depends whose 9.7 you look at. And that's just reality.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't, but I do.
Yeah.
No, what I do think so. I mean, you've 825 horsepower here.
Yeah.
And they are working.
They are working. This stuff, yeah, it's good crop stuff here. But again, we're getting it down to where it needs to be, getting it down to that sweet spot. So we are using
and that is
power too.
1480, 1500. That's what she likes.
Yeah. Like she can just hang on. Like I've loaded her up there, and basically I can let go. She'll keep doing her thing.
No, Harvester's sweet. I like the new pickup. I do see two tiny flaws.
Opportunities.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. But I'm not meaning that. I mean, for what you had, for what you were offering.
We still have, Gareth, and again, for the smaller machines, that pickup is probably absolutely fine. And a lot of people.
But for the bigger,
I know what you think. Well, a lot of people like. For big machines, this allows you to get the most out of it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And the big solid auger is a mind blow.
Yeah, something completely different.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No chains doesn't make sense. Can't use the word maintenance free, but the terminology of almost maintenance free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah, all's good. When's our new cab coming?
In the future.
There's always a new cab in the future. Like, are we talking
in the future?
Future or future?
Future.
Good. How do you find her control? Do you find her nice and responsive? She's good?
Yeah. No, the controls, again, obviously something that hasn't changed in a while, very familiar, but likewise the engine control and like power wise and any of these machines, you know, and like when you ever drive yourself, you see yourself, it's easy to drive, you know. You're not on the edge of your seat all day long, by means that you can load the machine up and generally be pretty relaxed. It has the reserve, it has the torque, has the power down low, and that's what you want in a forager, isn't it? You know, there to have the power and torque when you do meet that unexpected hidden lump in the spot.
And this is obviously harvest motion.
Yep.
Is something talked about more when the big V12s come out.
Yeah.
Then that has been taken further into the Harvest Motion Plus.
Yeah.
Now, which is the concept of boost.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people tell you boost is, you know, it's pointless, just have it all the time. But I learned a lesson about boost yesterday.
You did?
I did. Now, I don't know what happened, and I don't want to run the 350 down, but at one point, when I switched boost off and I mowed this field with no boost on that tractor,
Yeah.
I had 3k difference.
Yeah.
Now it's only 40 odd horsepower,
Yeah, but it
but
makes
under
a
that
difference.
pressure,
Yeah.
it blew my mind.
Yeah. No, I'd say with all these, whether it be tractors, foragers, whatever, you know, the engines are mapped accordingly to suit the loads on the machine, and likewise give it the power it needs when it needs it, rather than have it there all the time. And again, from a fuel consumption point of view and everything like that. And likewise, well, you've got to remember, like these machines, the 18X. I mean, we've also got no AdBlue as well. The big thing that people get all excited about.
The ground is tender here.
It is, yeah.
You know, we're only starting. We're only starting to dry up out of it now. First I've seen that now. That's
First time today, isn't it?
yeah. At least you spot it out. Do you know what I'd love the Kimber header boys to think about?
What's that?
There is a brand does it, but I won't mention the name. But a wee flick of the tines when you're reversing would be some job.
Yeah. I mean, what they do is the tines do go into free flow. So if you have grass on it, they do fall. This material does fall off it and does fall forwards.
What kind of dry matter have I been hitting today?
So it's been in the 30s, to be honest with you. Today we're actually a bit lower down here. We're down in
this way
high 20s, which you expect. But earlier on we were getting up to the mid 30s. But typically it's, I'll give you an average at the end, like, but it's been in around 30%. From any times.
You'll be able to give me that, like nearly like a printout.
Yeah. So we'll send you a full PDF of everything we've done,
And I can literally give that to Farmer Gareth and say, this is your silage.
This is your silage.
Let's check it with the analysis.
Yeah. So now we'll be able to provide full maps, whether it be yield maps or protein maps, everything like that, and likewise totals as well for everything that he's got in the clamp.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
That's cool, isn't it?
I know what normally would have happened. It's along the lines of. Now that's my best.
That's your best
Donald
sound
Duck
effect.
impression.
All right, okay. Rather than not to be confused with a water-dried slip clutch.
So you're enjoying your wee day out?
Yeah. No, it's good fun.
Getting a good feel for it.
Getting a good feel for this, as Gareth said earlier on. You know, it's nice to be able to do this without the pressure of a full demo or whatever else. And again, you know, it's good to have different people alongside and learning and trying things for the first time as well.
Well, that's what the industry needs.
Yeah.
From everybody's perspective. That's why I often stay away from the seat when it comes to doing. I want to drive the mowers and I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah. Well, no, who else can drive your 7R?
Well, I have a wee rule about that, yeah. But no. That's a big 30-foot sword. Just to give you any idea of what's going through it.
38 tons per hectare there. It's kind of operate there, so you can see what's going through it. Like I say, tons per hour, things like that. Well, actually, we're not pushing it on here now. We're just gently filling Lexi here, obviously. But like there's your fields.
Yeah.
That's what we've lifted so far, and we're not haven't done much yet. Like 58 tons.
Do you plan a new field every time?
Yeah. So I'd say every field that you have on here is recorded, and likewise again, you know, for your contractor, they can have them all pre-stored in there, and likewise when they come back for second cut or third cut or whatever, they can just press the field location and it'll tell them what field they're in. So again, initially it takes a bit of time, but once you've done it once and do it right, it makes for easy work later on.
Is that a big job, putting in a new field?
No. Seconds. Location, new field,
Simple as.
type it in, press save, press OK, go. And likewise, even if you were sitting here waiting for trailers and you were on a farm that you hadn't been on before, you could be there adding your fields before you even get there too. It's not as if you have to be in the field to do it.
Oh, I could create the next field as long as I know where I'm going next. Browns or whatever it's called,
Exactly,
have that all done on that first time,
You can have that done before you get there, which saves you a job.
Have you ever followed a harvester through the factory before and then drove it?
No. Never. You see them, I mean, you were there on customer trips or whatever, and you see machines that are designated for UK or Ireland, and sure enough later in the season you meet it in the field and whatever else. Like, but
I was the same thing, because the one coming behind ours was actually for Robinson's.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not myself, but well, I said it on it. It'll be there now.
Yeah, true.
But it was the big
Yeah, it's
baby.
9.9, yeah.
You know, so like, yeah, it's cool. We see it with the lovely wee video of you just popping out. I was trying to get the picture of the order. And Ruth was the smile in that girl's face when she seen the cap turn with the wee
funny.
sticker on it. That was
good.
That was nice. No, I'll get her in. I'll get her gathered up here.
Hey,
Welcome to Ruth.
is that recording?
Sorry?
Is that recording? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
He told me to make sure they're recording.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're recording.
Let's go!
Welcome to Ruth. Ruth?
He hasn't really told me why I'm coming in here, to be honest.
Sure, why not?
He just chucked me out.
It says your name. It says your name on it, so you might as well be up in it.
As long as I just have to seal in a rub.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure and spit any when you're here because you're so fussy.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Alan. Happy Alan. No time it is
Well,
now.
Alan. No.
Yeah. Come on.
You're right.
Come on. You be.
Do I need this? No, I don't. Do you?
Do what?
That breaks.
No.
Aye, so I don't need to
You don't need
reach
brakes.
it.
You're not going to stop. We're not going to throw the seat down. Hang on.
Be sure you can reach the pedals.
It's alright. You don't need the brakes. Steering wheel low enough. You want to lower? Press the floor button.
Yeah, it's alright.
Happy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So double tap to get the pickup to go. Spout. See this button? So right brings it around to the right. Left brings it left, and then the flap down brings it down. And up brings it up.
Right. Okay.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
it.
That's it. So 2 clicks. Okay.
And then just push this forward.
Yeah, bring it out and push it forwards. That's it. There you go.
Right. Oh, wrong way.
There you go. Down a little bit. There you go. There. Right away. You're chopping grass.
Oh wow, they've been drawing my fist. I was in a chopper in Australia doing maize, and they said the grass is harder. I don't believe it is.
You think this is easier? You can follow the road and watching maize disappear in front of your face.
Hey, it's scary. Look, we're right. You're sucking diesel now. That's us.
You're synced now. You've got your brother up next.
Oh,
so the communication flow will be seamless.
Oh, don't know about that.
Now, it's a family affair.
Let's go.
Do you want to bring your spout around here? It'll be easier to see, look. Is that better?
Yeah. You know, like if I mess this up now, I'm never going to live it down in the Greg household.
Yeah, well, sure. I'm sure you've done worse than spill a bit of grass.
That's it. You have her dead tea now.
This is going to be the best load, is it? This is it. I can feel it.
Rob, I'm actually proud of myself.
You should be. I'm proud of you.
I feel you're quite a good teacher, to be honest.
You're doing a great job.
I'm actually pleased that you named after me now.
As opposed to being what were you before then?
Well, I wouldn't probably had the confidence to get into it. I felt like kind of...
Shove the stick forward, get to the front of the trailer, that's it.
And then go.
Go on, keep. Yeah, let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah, let him go. Alan's here now.
I feel I wouldn't have had the confidence if my name wasn't on it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have felt the need that you had to do it. It's only another forager.
Yeah.
Whereas now...
Then I feel I have to, so...
Yeah.
Oh, Alan's broke.
Oops.
She pulls herself back.
When a big lump comes, like, so anyway, it's easy to drive, you don't have to do anything, it looks after itself.
So I'm guessing I don't have to pull it back.
If it gets really low, so the engine revs drop a long way down. Like, you can drive faster if you want to drive faster there, like, I mean, it's okay. It's loading the machine up.
I'll keep going.
He hasn't got gears. He just looks at it and makes faces and shakes his head.
Not doing this today.
Poor Alan.
Why is he waiting there? He doesn't need to wait, right?
He's in you.
I don't want to go in. I'm not driving in there. I think I've done enough for today. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, yep. Well, Rob, thank you. I really enjoyed my wee experience.
That's quite right. That's what we're here for. That's why we put your name beside of it.
I was shocked that day when you done that.
That was so funny.
Well, everybody, as you all know, at this stage we have followed the journey of the 9/7 from the order process right through to the building of the forager, right through to putting the first cut in here at HQ. So the follow on from putting the grass in here at HQ was we asked Matthew, who looks after that sort of geeky stuff for Johnson Galvins, to come and chat to Farmer Gareth a little bit about the findings of what the harvest lab done. And remember, if we go right back to when we ordered the harvester, that was the big bit that Rob and Gareth were promoting can be done on the John Deere foragers, that these sensors can correlate all this information and it can be used. So
well, it's a pleasure to show you through what information we've been able to get off the grass harvest of the farm here with the demonstrator 9700 John Deere forager that we've been going around with this year. So we'll just take a look at some of the fields which were harvested here, and we can see the names of them from a map overview on the John Deere Operations Centre. This is a way for us to look back over the harvest of the silage. We can check out the yield of the fields, and we can see what other constituents there's been in the field analyzer tool, and that can give us a very specific look at the different levels of protein, sugar and different types of measures of the grass. This data has all been transferred to the backup of Operations Centre wirelessly from JD Link. Just makes it very easy to interpret. We'll just zoom into one of our fields here. Now we can look at a place called Commission Ground and open it up on the map view. We can see from here what our harvesters measured in yield. So there's a scale on the left-hand side which shows us the variation within the field, and the green is the higher yield and the red's the lower yield across the field. So as we all know, prices of fertiliser has been very high in the last year, and it's fluctuated a whole lot. We can look at the totals off the fields to see just at what point we've made the sort of economic headroom to decide whether this field's still producing enough without needing to be reseeded, and if the fertiliser is making that much difference. With us having 3 or 4 cuts of silage off of a field per year, we can really assess the changes in that field over the year and how much the yields has been. It's good to have that breakdown, whereas on like a cereals farm, it's really only the once a year that they can see that. The harvester measured 87 acres over the entire farm, which is around the area of...
I would have been saying that there was more than that, to be fair. I counted it up before we started this year today, and I would say there was about 95 acres. So it's nice to know that, well, I would have been paying more to a contractor at 95 acres. I'm really pleased to see it on the farm because, like, as you're showing the commission ground there, like the red spots, like, and it's not hard for me because I know the field, like the red spots there are all in below trees, which obviously are going to have less of a yield. But like, you know, no, a breakdown of that's great. No, that definitely is the way forward as far as I can see on our farm. It'd be great to be able to link it now to our fertiliser and slurry, because as you're going after saying about the price of fertiliser, it's ridiculous, and if we can use more of our own slurry, that would be definitely moving forward a better job.
As we're only looking at the one layer here, it'll become more clear over the next couple of years of using the Harvest Lab system, of just the trends that start to appear within the fields, and just how important it is that the basics are done right with the rake and things, where in different fields maybe there's been a run where it's been a bit narrower. We can see that the harvesters went a bit closer, and maybe that's shown that the yield's greater than it actually was in that section.
Yes, okay, yeah.
The harvester, obviously it needs several different things for this to be able to create a map. Just going back, at the time that this was done, the harvester had a GPS Starfire receiver on the roof, and this is how it's getting the data spatially to within the field, and the sensors, it's making the measurements 3,000 times a second.
What you're saying there really is that you would need to have the rake GPSed so that you're raking exactly the right amount of grass or area so that the harvester can pick that up.
Yeah, consistency in width of your pickup, and that's down to how wide your rake is. So if it's set to bring in 40 foot of grass, it should be set to 40 foot of material entering the header.
Right, okay, yeah. Like, what's the dry matter average there over the cut of grass that was done? That was the...
And we were down to 2.73 tonnes an acre of dry matter.
That'll be interesting to see whenever we test the silage now and the clump, to see what the difference with the dry matter. Like that, their field's coming up at 27%, so your average will be in around that, so it'll be nice to see what our first cut does. Obviously with additives and in fermentation it's going to go down slightly, yeah, so that's an ideal dry matter.
As our soils and everything is such a important topic nowadays, just making sure that we're looking at our fields and comparing them to get what yield we're making off each field, and we can even then look even further to within the fields. With the harvester, that's doing a lot of the work for us, telling us what parts of the field, like in Simpsons here, the head rigs, really the yields are a wee bit less. So what does that mean? You know, for yourself, you might know that that's wetter or needs to be...
It needs to be reseeded, yeah.
Maybe
it
needs
is
to be.
One of the fields that would be on a list for reseeding, yeah.
Potentially there's other remedies like going in with the subsoil and lifting that if it's got compacted a bit, but what it's doing is it's telling us that there is actually maybe something that's worth looking at, and whenever we do have further layers, it gives us a better representation of that field.
Yeah,
if that's
3 cuts done,
if that's consistent, we could really trust that as being what the field's really doing.
We have the GPS system on our tractor, but like for us to move forward now with that, is there much for us to have to do to link that to our GPS on our tractor. Yes, you'll need a sower that's, you know, compatible to it, but is it just a computer system?
No, so you have a 6155R,
Yes.
and it has the auto steer and the JD Link and all the components for the precision farming side on it built in. So the field maps all are synced completely wirelessly in the data sync. That'll allow you to then, we can create maps from the yield maps.
Probably moving forward for us, if we keep with this system, it's your contractor, as in the slurry, he'll have it, we just link our map to him. It's very interesting to know the data. It's something, as I say, we never have done. Like, yes, you think your field's yielding and you think your field's this size, but whenever you have the actual data in front of you, that lets you know the actual truth, you know.
It is very accessible now. As this field is being harvested back in May in the harvester by Rob and Gareth, you'll see the screen would have been telling them an instant and average readouts as they're going along the field. And this really is just an overlay on the satellite view of what the harvester's done in those fields. So you can look back and see how it compared over the several years that it's been done going forwards. Because of, again, the fertiliser prices and things, we are wanting to utilise our slurry as much as we can, and it's really not just a waste product, it's a fertiliser on its own. So with the Harvest Lab, we can analyse the slurry, and that can be used on the applicator of the slurry, not just on the harvester. So we can target the certain amount of nitrogen that we want to apply, or we can target a volume that can be set to the different levels as to what allowances you're allowed to maximise the yield on that field.
Whenever Gareth said it was coming, the harvester was coming with the Harvest Lab on it, I thought to myself, oh, it's technology, it's way above my head. But now when I see it, like, that's fantastic. I think all farmers should be thinking of that route if they can. This is what I mean. I still work with a wagon, don't get me wrong, yes, but if we did go down the route of a contractor coming in all the time, I would be pushing towards definitely them to have the Harvest Lab now. It's simply because it's just not at the silage. It affects your fertiliser, it affects your slurry. You know, it's all about yield in the pit, and as that'll input and more output, you know. No, appreciate that. No, it's very good to finally see it on the screen in front of us.
Just in terms of you getting this data yourself from a contractor, Gareth, because you don't have the harvester of your own.
Yes.
So it's important that that's easily transferred between the contractor and the customer. For the contractor, it's very simple for them to map the fields and then for them to download it themselves. They can access this operation centre from anywhere they like, to be able to log into this operation centre anywhere at all with your username and password, and they can go to the Analyse tool and analyse the work that's been done and create a report for where the job's been done. So we're in a field here, and this one's showing us the first cut, and it's an average total area harvested is 4.3 hectares. We can go and download the report, and so we can download that per field, or we can give you the entire report for all the fields that's been done. So that'll give you the area and the averages for the dry matter, the yield, and overall the entire farm. It just generates with a couple of clicks of the button, and it opens as a PDF file that can be sent just over a email or WhatsApp, however way you want, or print it out and kept to compare against the next year's or however. Again, now that's through the Operation Centre work analyzer, and then it's just the file structure of the customer's name, where the fields have all been saved under. It's very simple to navigate.